We've got a bunch of questions from readers.
Okay.
So, answer what you can.
Okay.
So the first one is, what interactions have Sony had with the Oculus folks, and your reactions to Samsung's connection with Oculus? Samsung is making a VR headset. They're working with Oculus.
Oh, yeah, you have some scoop, right?
Maybe.
Is it rumor?
Maybe that was me.
What
I would not call it a rumor.
Oh, okay. More than rumor.
But maybe that's just me.
But they haven't confirmed, right?
They have not confirmed officially, no.
Yeah, it's very
I can confirm it officially if you want. That's fine.
Okay, so the relation with Oculus people. Yeah, we've been very friendly. We know lots of people then in the company.
Right.
So
Jason Rubin, for instance.
Oh, wow, that's awesome news.
Yeah.
Jason has been our friends, and it's really good to know that Oculus has really good people in charge to invest in contents and bring great VR content, because that helps us as well to get as many people to try great VR content, so that they understand something great is coming very soon. So I think we do not necessarily have some business talk or some API talk or something like that. But we believe that we are working for, I believe at least, working for the same goal, to popularize VR.
Right, yeah.
Bring in great VR system and contents. So what they are doing is very inspiring to us, and hopefully what we are doing help them to rethink some of the things they are doing. And so we do a lot of exchange of opinions. They invite us to try their stuff.
Sure.
We invite them to try our stuff, and so I think at this point, everyone in this early VR movement is helping.
They're all kind of together, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in that same respect, are you guys talking to Samsung?
So that was the news. That was a great news that you put up, and I forwarded to many people in the company.
I'm glad.
Samsung is doing this. So it's very interesting. There is already in the market or in the early prototype stage by other companies to put some Android.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So I understand that was what you talked about. What was interesting was according to your article,
sure.
They put the sensors in the headset side and using the phone just as a play.
It's like a screen
display.
for processing, and yeah.
So that's an interesting way to control the sensors.
Absolutely.
Make it better calibrated. So so hopefully they will announce and show us what they.
I hope so too. That's soon. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump some more questions from readers. Would Sony be willing to share motion controllers?
So one question I had was the way it was described. It doesn't seem to have some positional tracking.
So as far as I can tell, the positional tracking would just be handled by tilt sensors and motion stuff inside of the headset, but it's not using a camera, so it's not tracking depth in the same way.
Yeah, so there's some limitations.
Absolutely. That's the limitations of, I think, any mobile Android-based or whatever it would be based, just a standalone VR headset. There's a lot of limitations there, right? Because the processing is only so much, and you don't have a camera facing you, and there's a lot of that stuff, for sure.
So that's the, from technical standpoint, that's the biggest question that I have, and what their plan is to solve that issue.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so the next question would be, would Sony be willing to share motion controllers with the Oculus in an effort to standardize VR control schemes? I guess they're kind of asking, like, would you be willing to work with them on best practices for controls and that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Well, so there are some talks and suggestions we should work with Oculus to create some common API or something like that.
Right.
I personally think, it's too early for us, because things are moving so fast, and we experiment with many different things, and they do the same. And if every time we have to talk and agree, I don't think that's going to slow us down.
Sure.
And talking about, PS Move, the mechanics of the technology may be different. When you take something like the stem or magnetic, or optical, what they are doing is pretty much similar. Like taking the position and orientation and movement of the input device,
right?
So it doesn't have to be the exact device to work on both systems. From the software development standpoint, it should be pretty straightforward to translate and adapt to different input device as far as the performance is similar.
So it sounds like maybe there's no need necessarily to establish that standard because it seems like if you're developing games, there's only so many input methods, right?
Well, as far as I can tell, listening to what Palmer and other people say, Oculus seems to be, I don't know, looking at many different exotic tech.
Sure. So, there's a lot of experimentation going on. Absolutely. Okay, so moving on from...
let me say that what's good about PS Move is, we have the optical-based recognition system integrated with both the headset of Morpheus and PS Move and DualShock 4.
Right.
So everything is captured by PS camera and processed by the same algorithm, right?
So it's capturing all those different things. It's capturing the light bar on the controller. It's capturing the light on the Move. It's capturing the bar on the headset. Right.
So it's much easier for the system to handle and much easier for games to handle because everything is in the same kind of 3D, like a virtual.
Sure. Wow. There's also a bunch of different places to track from, I think, at that point, right?
If
it's
you
just more.
Different tracking to different device, you have to kind of calibrate. And
sure.
I'm not a tech person.
Yeah, no, I'm not either, believe me.
That's difficult.
Sure, yes. Moving on from Oculus, do you ever see PlayStation not only assisting the publishing aspect of indie games, but also with funding and investing? I think that's the same thing.
Well, talking about funding and investing, that's what we do day to day, right?
Right.
Like what I do. Like
that's your job, right? Yes.
Yeah. So since the launch of PS3, when we launched PS Network, we had a couple of digital games like Blast Factor or Flower or Pain. So we've been investing in these small studios.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we will continue to do that.
Okay. So you're already doing that, basically. Understood. Let's see. When will the PS4 get the suspend and resume function that was promised before launch?
Wow. Good question.
That's from Myers at FQS19.
Yeah. Well, there are things we have. Like I ask that question like every other week to my tech group. So so there are a few things.
No pressure.
Understood. Well, every morning I wake up, people reminds me something that they want to see on PS4 that are not. Yeah, so one by one.
So it's coming soon.
Well,
maybe.
I like to talk about it, but not today.
Understood. Okay.
But YouTube is coming.
Okay, YouTube is coming.
YouTube is coming.
And let's finish it out with a game question. Any news with Kingdom Hearts 3 or The Last Guardian?
Oh, okay.
Neither was mentioned during yesterday's press conference.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a Square Enix product.
Yes.
So I'm not in a position to know or talk about.
Okay.
And The Last Guardian is in development. And there are some disputes, surrounding that, but that was, retracted by
right. I saw that.
Media. So that's
you were being very diplomatic.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
okay.
resolved. But many people, kind of felt heartbroken from the initial news. Or,
sure. I like Team Eco games a lot. Absolutely. Yeah.
People are expecting to hear us and talk us more about the title, but as I've been saying every time that we really want to talk about the title when we feel that we are confident and show in a really good manner. So it's not time as yet.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The main difference here is that the EH uses the more conventional 13 megapixel camera. So yes, you will benefit from a higher resolution, but